Hello again. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just looking at Hopi with his little pillow world. He's so cute. I do need to clean this room though. It's a little bit of a pigsty. Yeah, you can probably tell I've sort of given up on fighting Google. But I tell you what, if they get rid of YouTube and turn it back into some kind of Google videos bullshit, then I'm out of here. It's annoying that you have to have Google Plus, but I just won't put anything on it. Just to do commenting. Oh, and I don't like the system. Like, it comes up on this little bell thing, takes forever to open, and then when I click on it, it doesn't take me to the video, which is annoying. I like going to the video underneath it. I don't like feeling like it's not showing me something. I have to separately go in from Video Manager. Anyway. But I'm enjoying watching documentaries on YouTube, because now, like, they've lifted all those restrictions and things, so you can just watch these hour-long ones. For a while I was watching comedy, but after a while you kind of get used to the jokes. I was watching Billy Connolly, Bill Maher, also his TV show. There was this another Billy something. His thing is, here's your sign. Maybe you can figure out which one I mean. Which is like, stupid people should be made to wear a sign that says I'm stupid or whatever. That was quite funny. But yeah, now I've moved on to documentaries. I just watched this one called The Family That Walks on All Fours, which is kind of interesting. That it starts off by trying to make you think that they're throwbacks of some kind, but really it just ends up being more of sort of brain damage, disability type stuff. And I just tried working on all fours, and it's actually not that hard, and they make it look like it was a little bit harder, but I found I could run around and the dogs kind of got a bit excited and thought I was going off to chase birds. It's good exercise though, probably because I'm not used to it. I'm just looking at my history, so before that I watched the Antichrist End of the World documentary, which is sort of about the history of the ideas of what the Antichrist is and a bunch of the predictions. That's fun, hilarious stuff. For that, The Secrets of China's Ancient Pyramids. I didn't even know that they had things that could be considered pyramids, but apparently yes, they just build huge mounds over their tombs. But not in the same way as the Egyptians, but quite big and made out of earth and stuff. And also how building them affected their power over the people, because people didn't like being slaves, obviously, so they came back and, overthrew their leaders. Before that, I've been watching Hardest Prisons, Troubled Inmates. I also watched The Most Disturbing Inmates, which is like life in American prisons, which is really interesting. Totally alien world to what I live in. I also watched Wild Child, The Story of Feral Children, which I've watched before. It's about those kids who are neglected and end up being brought up by animals, or just being locked away for ages, and the effect that it has on their brains. Is it does affect, for those kids especially, it affects language. And it kind of overthrows that whole idea that you can only learn language at a certain age. Because they are able to teach them a bit of language. There'll never be any Shakespeare, but, they can get enough to communicate if you work with them. Most Evil Serial Killers. Obviously, can't help but watch that stuff. A lot of them have such problems. Pompeii. I mean, I already know how that all went down, but just sort of, they went through the process of how they figured out that it was a pyroclastic flow, and they did this experiment on pork to see why the clothes didn't burn. I think it's just a short exposure time more than anything. And conspiracy theory documentaries. They're so much fun. There's so much bullshit. There's this one about where they think that ancient Egypt, oh my god, they think that ancient Egypt wasn't like 5,000 years ago or whenever it's meant to be. They think it was 36,000 years ago because of the whole Mayan cycle. I'm just like, oh, and someone posted it after the 2012 apocalypse, and so it's just amusing to watch because they're like, will something happen? 2012, December 21. Nothing happened. These guys reckon that it's supposed to be a whole enlightenment thing. Yeah, we're not getting any more enlightenment. Technology going up, sanity going down, basically all over the world, especially in Australia. Yeah, and then I think further back we start getting into humor again. Oh no. Ed Gein, the real Leatherface serial killer documentary. Talk about a fucked up dude with mummy issues. Yeah. I don't really know who Leatherface is. I gather it's from one of those movies. But yeah, this guy, he just started killing people and couldn't cope with living without his mom. Ooh, serial killers, America's Book of Secrets. I don't know what America's Book of Secrets is. I don't really know what they're talking about, but I gather that it's something to do with all that New World Order stuff. But, yeah. I just don't understand why people are so obsessed with that idea. Because I watched the Book of Secrets Illuminati one as well, and it goes through all this, the symbolism on American currency, and George Washington or whoever, a bunch of those independence guys are being, what do you call them? Freemasons. Yeah. Well, like, Freemasonry being a huge part of it, and then putting New World Order in the money. I think that was the New World Order, that America was breaking away from Britain. That's the New World Order. It's got nothing to do with now and people trying to take over the government. Oh my god. Ooh, deadly cults. That's always fun. Watched some stuff about, suicide cults and whatever. And then we got all this Bill Maher stuff. And I watched a bunch of my old videos just to check that they were alright for copyright. Yeah, I put ads back on some of my videos because, hey, if Google are gonna be dickheads, I can at least make money off them. Anyway, a little bit ramble about some of the stuff to do with YouTube. I'm off to band prac. I haven't really prepared anything. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah. Documentaries, it means I don't have to go and fight for the TV and hope that something's on. I can just look them up and watch and put up with the occasional ad, which usually isn't so bad, especially if it's a 5-second ad. Those ones, I don't know why people even bother with 5-second ads. I've seen a few good ones where they say what their product is in the first 5 seconds. But if you don't say what your product is, everyone skips it and they have no idea what your ad is for, so why would you spend the money on it? I don't know. The ones that you can't skip are really annoying though. I like the idea of skippable ads because, you can choose to watch it if it does turn out to be something that interests you. But if it isn't and you're not going to buy it anyway, you can just skip it. But yeah, I just can't believe that advertising people who've been through uni and learned all these principles, they can't figure out that you need to say what your product is in the first 5 seconds. Only some of them have figured that out. It's just ridiculous. It's kind of basic. It's like when we did web design in year 9, and like the first thing that loads, especially if you've got dial-up speed, the first thing that loads is your header up the top, and that's where you have to put all the important stuff and say who you are and what you're about, because, that's what loads up first. It's that kind of idea. You have to grab people's attention and then keep it. Especially if there's a 5-second skip rule. Just like, fucking media people have no idea what they're doing. They don't know how they get their goddamn jobs. And anyway, before I keep ranting, I better go.